Good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing? Happy Friday. I'm very happy it's Friday actually. It's been a long week. I've had a lot of fun, but I'm also just looking forward to relaxing for the weekend. I have the live this morning. I have lunch with my friend, and then I also have some live training that I want to do this afternoon. Um, but I'm very, very happy that it's Friday. Now, my hair is completely misbehaving this morning. So I can see it all falling down at the back as I speak. So I'm just going to try and scrunch it up a little bit so it looks more presentable. I still see hair down at the back. Oh my goodness, sorry. It's just not behaving itself this morning. So I'm just pinning it up a little bit. Okay, I feel better now. I feel better. So if you're joining me live this morning, say good morning. Who have I got this morning? Please do say hello. I'm just going into the group here to see that I'm right in the right group, and that I'm not broadcasting to the world, and that I'm actually in my group. I'm not seeing myself just yet. Oh, am I? No, I'm not seeing myself just yet. So let me know how you're doing this Friday morning. How is the mood? How is the form, as we say in Ireland? How is everyone doing? Jeanette is here. Brilliant to see you, Jeanette. Sonia is here. Brilliant, Sonia. Great to see you. Who else is here? It's great to see people. I love to know who is here. I know that this topic will be popular. Brilliant, Diane. Great to see you. Who else is here? Let me know. Karen is here. Brilliant to see you. Yes, I know that the topic I'm talking about this morning will be interesting for a lot of people. And I suppose I want to start out by asking you a question for those people who are alive. Have you done a launch in the past? Just type a yes or a no into the comments and let me know. Are you afraid of launching? A lot of people are quite nervous of launching, or they have been burnt by launches in the past. So just pop your experience into. So Michelle has never launched. Okay, hi Michelle, great to see you. Who else has never launched? Now, sometimes people don't even know what launch actually means. I know that as well. So by launch, I mean, you have had a run up to telling people about a new product or a new service, or it can be an existing service, but you're going through a launch sequence with it. You're going to make all your promotions about this thing that you're going to launch at a certain date. So I'd love to know where you're at. So Karen has said she has never done a launch. Michelle said she's a little bit nervous. Thanks for being so honest, Michelle. Sonia said no, she's never done a launch. So this actually is something that fascinates me. It really, really fascinates me. But it seems that most personal stylists were never taught how to do a launch. They were never really taught how to launch their services or how to relaunch. Now, this is something I know because I was never taught. I had to learn from a mentor how to do this. But I just think it's a huge anomaly, first of all, why we weren't taught how to launch as personal stylists, and what a shame that is. It defies belief why we haven't been taught how to launch, because a launch is one of the fastest and most assured way of getting clients into a program. Jeanette is saying she's done quite a few. Brilliant, Jeanette. Great to hear that. Diane is saying she's never launched. So, I didn't actually realize that most people hadn't been taught how to launch. Now, when I look back at my own training, I wasn't taught how to launch, but I kind of forgot then, because once I learned how to launch, I was launching all the time. And then I kind of forgot, oh my God, there was a time when I didn't launch. So today I want to talk about a very, very simple launch that I did in the last 2 weeks. And I want to assure you that you can launch too, and it is a great thing to do in your business. It gets clients in. So I'm going to give you the numbers. I'm going to give you the lowdown. I'm going to give you what I did to encourage you to take the steps to do a launch as well, even if you're well established, even if you've never launched before. Even if you've launched before and you've completely failed, that's the other thing. You can fail in a launch. I have failed in launches many, many times, but it's still one of the surefire ways of getting clients into your business. So who would like to hear how you can do it too? Pop a yes into the comments right now if you'd like to know how I ran a very, very simple launch over the Christmas days and why I did it, what the numbers were, and how you can do that too. So who wants to hear? So Michelle is wanting to hear. Good, good, good. Anyone else want to hear? Anyone else want to hear about my launch? Now, if you're watching this on replay, please, please, please hashtag replay. The reason I ask you to comment, the reasons that I ask you to say hi and to answer my questions is it means that more people see my video, and it's really, really helpful for me. So you would be helping me by speaking back to me. And also I love to know what's there, who's in my audience, and how I can help you really. So lots of hearts, emojis, cool-eyed, hello, welcome. Keep talking to me. Keep talking to me is the message here this morning. Okay, so I have it all written down here so I don't forget anything. So just on the 26th of December, I think it was, so it was on St. Stephen's Day, I decided, hello Edith, brilliant to see you. I haven't seen you for a while, so it's really great to see you. So on Stephen's Day, I had kind of a bit of a lull. I was at home for Christmas. I was in Ireland, and I decided, what is it? So anytime I ever think about launching, I always call my ideal client to mind. So I call you guys to mind, and I think, what do these ladies need? What do these stylists need as we move into the new year? And I could have done something on goals. I could have done something on, new year, new you. And then I thought, no, I am going to go back to basics, and I am going to, I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to promote something that I think is the most helpful for personal stylists in their business. So Becky is saying, hi, Aileen, I've been putting off a launch for so long. Okay, well, this is your reminder that it is time, Becky. So I'm going to talk about a very, very, very simple launch that anyone can do this morning. So number one, I created an irresistible offer based on inquiries that were coming in to me. So I kept getting these messages of people saying, can you help me with my messaging? I think there's something off in my messaging and I'm not getting clients. I don't feel like I'm getting any responses on my posts, and I think that there's something wrong with my messaging. So that's the first point that I want to make this morning. That whatever you're launching, however you promote it, has to be something that your ideal client wants. It's not something that you pluck out of thin air. It is something specifically that that your ideal client wants. So when I got several of the same kind of messages, obviously kind of different words, but it was the same thing that people were looking for, I knew that I could create something really, really simple to address that need. So that gave me the idea for my Niche and Prosper VIP intensive. So I wanted to create something short and sharp that would get people results very, very quickly. So I created, really, it's a 3 to 4 hour workshop spread over 4 days, helping my ideal client to identify who their ideal client is, what problem that they're solving for their ideal client, and helping them to get their messaging clear. And that's what I've been doing all week. So I launched on my first mention of my launch was on the 26th of December. And I actually started the workshop at the start of this week, which is Tuesday the 10th, I think. So I allowed a 2-week time frame to promote this offer that I had. And I put the offer out to my warm audience. So what do I mean by warm audience? My warm audience are people who already know me. So people here in the group know me, so I put it out to this group. People on my email list know me. I put it out to my email list. I put it out on all my social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So I put the offer, once I had created it, out to my warm audience. Now, the reason I put it out to my warm audience is because I know that for many people who are completely new to me, they haven't heard me talking about ideal client before. They haven't heard me talking about the importance of niching. So I felt that this offer, it made more sense to go out to my warm audience. I only promoted this offer up until the very start of it this week. I promoted nothing else. I spoke about nothing else. So it was basically from the 26th of December all the way to the 9th of January. That's all I spoke about. That's all, in many, many different ways. So basically, as I promoted it, I put about 20 posts out there. There was about 20 posts about this Niche and Prosper work or VIP intensive that I was going to run. It's really a workshop, but I called it a VIP intensive because it was very intensive. Now, I know there's some people on here who attended this week here on the live right now. So if you want to say how intensive it was, go for it. If you want to say, was it effective? Did it deliver what it said it would? Please put a comment in there now. So approximately after all that promoting, about 20 posts on social media on 3 different platforms. I put it out to my email list twice. I mentioned it twice or 3 times. I got 290 people coming and viewing the offer on the sales page. So my sales page is on MailerLite. I can see how many people come and look at the page. So 290 people came and looked at the offer. Now, right now, I want to ask you, how many people do you think signed up? Now, the people that are in there, don't guess. I want the people on here this morning. If you had 290 people viewing your sales page, how many people do you think would sign up? I want you to guess. Come on, get in there and give me a guess. How many people do you think signed up out of 290 people? How many people? Let me know how many people do you think signed up. I don't see anyone yet. Michelle said she was one of the people who viewed the page. Brilliant. Michelle thinks 50 people signed up. That I would be very, very happy if 50 people signed up, Michelle. Anyone know how many people signed up? So that was almost 20 posts. It was out to my email list several times. It was me talking about it nonstop. So Rami thinks, Amel thinks 20. Rami thinks 29, Karen thinks 20, Edith thinks 29. Well, you have a great opinion of me, I must say. Actually, it was 10 people who signed up. It was 10 people who signed up. And honestly, that was really good. That was really good for that amount of eyes on my sales page. You know why? Because the average statistic for a conversion on a warm audience is 3%. So it was almost exactly the number. It was almost exactly the number that I expected, because I know that a warm audience will convert at 3%. So if you told me that 400 people looked at the landing page, I would tell you, or sorry, if you told me that 400 people looked at the landing page, then there would be more. There'd be another person that would have signed up. So, well, what's 3% of 400? I'm so bad at maths. I have to get out my little calculator here now and work it out for you. That's how bad at maths I am. And I want to tell you that I actually resisted doing the numbers for a long time. I don't actually love working with numbers at all. So I used to have no idea what the conversion rate should be. But the conversion rate for a warm audience is 3%. So if I have 400 people looking at the landing page, then I would expect 12 people to sign up. I would expect 12 people to sign up. And I think loads of people don't understand what it takes to get people to actually take action and to sign up. Now, this was a kind of an irresistible offer. It wasn't expensive. It was 149 euros for the workshop. It was not expensive. It really, really wasn't expensive. I felt that people were going to get great value. They were going to get a lot of my time, a lot of my effort. But the numbers played out. Now, if that was a cold audience, in other words, an audience of people who didn't know me, then the conversion rate would be 1%. It would be 1%. So for instance, if I ran Facebook ads to it and I was getting people who didn't know me from Adam signing up, the number would be the conversion rate would be 1%. So I wanted to give you the numbers to show you what it actually takes to get people to sign up for your offer. So when I hear people saying things like, I put it out like several times, my offer, and nobody signed up. I mean, have people gone to, do you know the numbers on how many people have actually gone and, looked at the sale page, perused the sale page? What is your expectation? So mostly people's expectations are way off. So Jeanette said, can you repeat the last conversion, please? So the cold audience, a conversion to a cold audience, for instance, Jeanette, if I ran the offer in an ad, if I promoted it in an ad to people who don't know me, to people who are not in my world, the conversion rate would be 1%. So if I had 400 cold people looking at my sales page, basically I would have had 4 signups. So, we have to be absolutely realistic in what we can hope to achieve. Now, sometimes if you're running something for the very first time, that initial launch, the conversion rate can be a lot higher. So, at the very start, when I was promoting a lot of my offers, sometimes the conversion rate was closer to, much higher than 3%. But generally speaking, the average conversion rate is 3% to a warm audience. So when you start telling me things like, oh, nobody signed up. Oh, Jeanette said you had 10 signups. What was the conversion rate? So 290 people looked at the sales page. So I would say that and I had 10 people sign up. So my conversion rate was quite close to 3%, Janet, just as I expected. So the sign-up rate was 3%, kind of pretty much what I expected. I hope that answered your question. Now, the other thing I want you to realize here is that I wouldn't have got those 10 people if I hadn't done a launch, if I hadn't done this really focused run up to the actual run of the program. An odd post here and there on social media, you will get an odd client, very, very few clients. And that's why a launch works so well. You have this runway right up to when you actually, run your program, where you talk about what you are offering in many, many different ways. In many, many different ways, addressing people's objections, their blocks, why they think they don't need it, why they think, etc., etc., etc. So as I said, I had about 20 posts that I put out talking about this Niche and Prosper offer in many different ways. So I definitely would not have got these 10 people if I hadn't done the launch. So I think it's what I want to get across here is you're going to have to make your peace with launches and learn how to do a simple launch. I mean, what I did in that launch was so simple. It was like really simple. There was a landing page. It wasn't even on my website. I integrated a payment button into the sales page. Very, very simple on MailerLite. You can just add a little button in there and people can pay directly. And I ran the challenge basically through Zoom, or not the challenge, the VIP intensive through Zoom. And I also had a little pop-up Facebook group where I streamed the video in, I put in all the tasks, I put in all the handouts. So it was really straightforward. It wasn't a really difficult thing to do. And today is the last day and it's done and dusted and I can move on from it. So make your peace with launches, make your peace with doing them several times a year, because they really will make a big difference in your business. I delivered the workshop this week and it was a total joy. So the other thing I would say to you is to create something that you really love delivering and that will get your clients results. It's really important that you create something that you can immediately get your clients results. So for instance, Sonia went in here and put a lovely comment because she's actually in the Niche and Prosper workshop this week. And I'll ask Sonia, can I screenshot what you've said about me? And you can use that in future posts, in future promotions for your programs. So a little mini launch and giving it all for a few days. You can up your testimonials, you can send away clients delighted. You can really also give people a chance to work with you for a shorter period of time to get a feel for you. Okay, so I totally loved delivering it. It was really actually quite fun for me. I put another point in here. If you're running a launch, it's really important to go back and review what you've done. Like I went back and I had a look at, did I get the results I expected? Were people happy with what I provided? What worked, what didn't work. So I'm definitely going to run this again later in the year because I know it absolutely works. Probably won't run it at the same price because it was the first time I was running it. I ran it at a very low price. The next time I run it, I'm going to have testimonials. I know now the kind of results that people can get. So I'm going to charge more the next time I run it. So you get all this amazing, valuable information from the launch that you can use in your next launch where you can charge more. and you can tweak things and you can make it even better. And on top of that, I have all the content created already. So I have the content for the actual launch, all the launch materials, and I also have all the copy that I used to run the launch. So I will use all that copy again. So all 20 posts that I created, I can use those later in the year and get people in again. So a lot of the work is done in the launch, and you can use that over and over and over again. So a launch is a very, very good idea. So those were the points I wanted to make. So now I'm just going to open the door for you guys to ask me some questions. So I've given you all the stats. What is the question in your head? You know, what is preventing you from going out there and doing a simple launch? Let me know, and I'm very, very willing to answer your questions. Even if you're watching on this on replay, hashtag replay, and I will give you the opportunity to ask me a question. So Jeanette is saying, I did a mini launch before the new year and didn't market it enough, but I had 6 sign-ups. So brilliant. So always a mini launch is like a focused span of time and effort on this one thing that you want to get people into. That's as complicated as you need to make it, especially those initial launches. You know, they need not be elaborate. You can do, you know, a challenge and webinars and all sorts of things in a launch, but you can also keep it really, really simple like I did. As I said, I just created 20 posts and put them out there and talked about it nonstop for a period of time until I got people in. And for you to realize how much it takes to get people to come along and join your offer. So does anyone have any questions for me about launching? I purposely kept this launch really simple because I was at home with my parents and I wanted to spend time with them. So the only thing I wanted to commit to was doing one social media post every day. That's all I did right over Stephen's Day onwards, because I wanted to spend the time with my parents and I wanted to do all the fun stuff that you do over Christmas, but I still wanted to start the new year with, you know, new clients coming in the door, something new to start with. Okay, let's see what Jeanette said. Oh, Trudy said, where is the best place to save all the copy and posts for the launch to be able to use again easily? Great question, Trudy. So basically, what I did was I copied all the posts from Instagram and put them on Trello. So I use a little piece of software called Trello. It's free. And basically you can copy all the posts and put them on there. But equally, you can put it on a Google Doc. You know, it doesn't have to be this big elaborate thing. All you want to do is save the copy so it's there for the next time that you use it. So I hope that answers your question, Trudy. Did you prep the posts prior to your visit or did you develop each one as you go? Great question, Michelle. So I developed a post as I went, Michelle, because that's the way I work. I'm not great at batching, I'll be honest. I tend to do better when I'm responding to something. So what I found was as questions came in from people who were interested, I would address that in a post. I would talk about it in a post. And so that the post I was putting out there was very responsive. And what I find is that, you know, I just, it's hard for me to come up with loads of ideas all at once and just to focus on that. I like to respond to what people want. So Jeanette said 108 views, 36 and 6 signed up. So that's amazing. That's really, really good. So to do your conversion rate, Jeanette, you can just put 6 over 108 and multiply by 100. So your conversion rate was 5.5%. So that's a really good figure, Jeanette. And I know you're very active on social media. So you were probably going out to a very warm audience, and your offer was obviously bang on. It could be related to the time of the year you run it as well, but I don't tend to focus on that. So your conversion rate was actually really, really good, Jeanette. Very well done. Let me see. Can you launch an existing service? Absolutely, Diane. To be honest, this Niche and Prosper workshop that I ran, this is part of my six-figure stylist. This is actually one of the steps in my six-figure stylist program. So basically what I was doing was I was just taking a part of an existing program and kind of expanding it outward. So you absolutely can launch something you already have, because oftentimes you already have the materials, you have the content. So I literally had to create very, very little new handouts or anything like that. Obviously, I delivered it live, and I was working very, very closely with the people in the program. But it is what I did as part of my six-figure stylist program. It's the first step actually that I take everyone through in my six-figure stylist, which is around ideal client work and identifying the problem that you're solving for them. So absolutely. So I teach this in my six-figure stylist program, and I also teach launching in my six-figure stylist. I teach a more kind of advanced launch in my six-figure stylist program, but it's still a very, very simple launch, a very simple idea on how to launch. So if any of you are interested in my six-figure stylist program, just DM me and we can start a conversation about that. But I teach these skills in the six-figure stylist program because they're absolutely essential. Jeanette said, I launched my Facebook group first. So the majority came from there. Yeah, just amazing, amazing, amazing. Michelle said, did you write all your copy or did you use AI or even considered it? I didn't know about AI at the time, Michelle. I didn't use AI. And I've just actually done a little video just before I came on this live. I did a little video on AI and my thoughts on AI. So if you go onto my Facebook profile, you'll find the video that I just did demonstrating AI. I mean, AI is good, Michelle. It is good. I think it's a great start to generate that first round of copy. It's helpful. The problem is you still have to know your ideal client really well. You still have to know what our problem is. And I think that, you know, no AI is ever going to replace really good copy. It's a great start. It's like swipe files. You know what I mean by swipe files? It's like these templates that you get for social media. So it's a help, but I don't think it will ever replace good copy. So I hope that answers your question. Becky said, do you think it's better to launch on your own Facebook page or create a new business name? Oh, I don't really understand that question, Becky. I put all my posts on my profile. I don't use my Facebook page so much because the reach is not so great in it. So I recommend you use your Facebook profile, and no, don't create something new. Go to where your audience already is. Jeanette said, I just wish I'd continued with the marketing, but I find it exhausting on an energy level. Yes, launching does take energy. It absolutely takes energy. And we do get exhausted from it. And that's kind of what puts us off launching. But I think sometimes that exhaustion as well comes from not exactly knowing what you're doing. So if you have a very clear process and you know, this is what I need to do now, this is what I need to do now, this is what I need to do now, then it makes it more doable, Jeanette. It makes it more less exhausting. But yeah, the first launch we do, the second launch we do, the third launch we do can be exhausting, absolutely, because especially it's something new, it's something maybe that you haven't done before. And yeah, it can be exhausting. Amel, I agree, AI helps, but you have to do the work. You kind of have to do the work. So I think it's very, very helpful once you know specifically who your ideal client is and what problem you're solving. It'll help you generate some ideas and some content that you can tweak. So as I said, if you're interested in my opinion on AI, you can go into my Facebook profile and I give you my thoughts on it. And I actually do a mini example so you can see how I would use it. So you can add your apps, welcome to go in there and do that. Jeanette said, I will look forward to working with you one day, Aileen. I hope you do, Jeanette. And anyone who's interested in working with me, who wants to learn how to create a business model that supports six-figure income, I highly recommend you drop me a message and we can start a conversation. Because you know, having a business model in place that will allow you to create, you know, six-figure income in the longer term is the way to go. It absolutely is the way to go. It's changed my life. It's changed my level of, you know, time freedom and a financial freedom. And it's just the way to go if you're a personal stylist. Take it from me. Amel said, me too, one day as well. Brilliant. Okay. So that is an anatomy of a simple launch. Really, really simple. It was basically 20 social media posts and a sales page with a buy button on it. That's how simple the launch was. Now, as I said, you can get much, much more elaborate than that. You can have 5-day challenges followed by a webinar. You can do all sorts of things. But if you're just starting, why not start with a simple launch? If you want to learn how to launch, if you are interested in me creating like similar to what I did with the Niche and Prosper, a VIP intensive on how I created the simple launch, drop me a message. Drop me a message. If I have enough interest, I will create another little launch and I will do a VIP intensive on launching, show you step by step how I did what I did. So that's all for me from this week. Michelle said, so a very short funnel. Yeah, it was basically really tiny. It was tiny, really simple, Michelle. Can you give them a small freebie as well? Oh, of course you can. You can give them whatever you want. I'd had a little bonus in there. So I have a bonus training in there today, which I'm going to deliver this afternoon. So you can totally add bonuses. You want to make your offer irresistible, Michelle. You want to make it irresistible so more people will sign up. So huge thank you to everyone who turned up live this morning. A huge thank you to people who commented. Edith said, I like the idea of a simple launch. What method do you find the most effective ways so far for your launch? The most effective launches, Edith, are the launches that your ideal client wants, the services that your ideal clients want. So a keen focus on what your audience wants is really important. It's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's about what your ideal client wants. They are the most effective launches because you're giving people what they want. Jeanette said, thank you, Aileen. Have a great day, ladies. Have a great day, everyone. If you're watching this on replay, don't forget #replay. Michelle, thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone. And I will catch you all again next week. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye.